West Catching Trainers, Nick Chilla here, and I'm back with another Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet VGC series ranked battle video. That was a mouthful. I have to shorten that at some point. Anyway, it's been kind of difficult building teams, more unique teams to showcase, and that's because I didn't take into account the time that it would take to do EVs, items. I was missing 5 of the 6 Pokemon on the team, so it took a while to get them together to even build the team, but that's not going to stop me from pumping out content for you guys and showcasing more unique teams on the ladder, because I like doing it and I like making videos, so I'm gonna just keep doing it anyway. But anyway, let's get into the team breakdown. And today's team we've got, which is centered around Ampharos. And Ampharos is actually a Pokemon that I also don't see too much on the ladder. He's a very slow, bulky electric type support, and it was kind of difficult to build a team for him because he only has 2 abilities. One of them is Plus, and the other one is Static. And Static is an ability that has a 30% chance to paralyze an opponent if it makes contact with them. And I didn't really think that that was a very good ability, so I looked at Plus. And what Plus does is that it gives the Pokemon who has it, if he's paired up with another Pokemon who has the plus or minus ability as well, it gives them a 1.5 times special attack bonus. And I thought that that was really cool. But Ampharos is, again, he's very slow and bulky, and I don't think that he would function under Tailwind. I feel like he would be more off as either a supportive or a trick room option. So I've paired Ampharos up with Dedenne, our little Mighty Mouse here, who also has the plus ability. So Ampharos will be supporting our big special attacker. I say big as he's very tiny, our little Dedenne here. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the ability list. Again, with Ampharos, first up, we've got him. His ability is Plus. Held item is Leftovers for longevity. Dazzling Gleam is an attack option. Electrode Web for speed control. Helping Hand, and Protect. They're also Tera type Ghost, and the reason why I've chosen Tera type Ghost for Ampharos is because there's been a lot of Perish Trap on the ladder, and paired with Gothitelle, they have an ability called Shadow Tag, which prevents switching, but Ghost types are immune to it. So if you Terrastalize Ampharos here to a Ghost type, they can switch out and not have to worry about getting trapped by that tag. So that's an option if you need to Terrastalize him. You can also avoid things like Fake Out and any other normal type moves, so I think it's a decent option. Next up, again, we've got Dedenne, little Mighty Mouse. Their ability is Plus, which again, paired with Ampharos, gives them a 1.5 times special attack bonus as long as Ampharos is on the field with them. The held item is Choice Scarf, so they're as fast as possible. Dazzling Gleam, Discharge, Thunder, and Volt Switch. And the cool thing about Volt Switch is that because it's a pivoting move, again, if you're caught by Perish Trap, if you use Volt Switch, Shadow Tag doesn't matter, and he can get himself out of there real easy. He's Terrastalized to the Fairy type, so paired with Plus, Stab, and Dazzling Gleam, it does an insane amount of damage, as long as like somebody doesn't Wide Guard. But yeah, I think our little mouse is going to be underestimated, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Next up, we've got Kilowattrel. Kilowattrel is mainly here for speed control. His ability is Volt Absorb. Held item is Focus Sash. Air Slash is its attacks, Discharge, Protect, and Tailwind. And the cool thing is that with Volt Absorb as its ability, if the Dedenne here uses Discharge, he can heal up Kilowattrel. So it's kind of a little synergistic ability that we've got going on for him. And his Tera type is Electric, and Electric type is pretty much just for more damage, or yeah, pretty much just more damage, because I don't really think that there's a better Tera type for Kilowattrel other than Electric. Maybe there is. Somebody can let me know. Next up is Electrode, and Electrode's also another Pokemon that I don't see on the ladder too much. And the interesting thing about Electrode is that its ability is Soundproof, and that actually makes Electrode immune to Parasong. So if like you get trapped and then you've got like Gothitelle or Misdrevious or Fluttermane or any of those other Parasong users, he isn't affected by it at all. So you can just kind of just smile in your face and he's not affected by it at all. But held item is Covert Cloak. Attacks are Electric Terrain, Taunt, Terra Blast, and Thunderbolt. Electrode's also, I believe he's faster than Dragapult. He's one of the fastest Taunt users in the game right now, so he doesn't have to worry about having Prankster. So if there's like any of those priority preventing abilities like what is it, Queenly Majesty, Dazzling, Armor Tail, or Psychic Surge, he's fast enough as to where he can still get off that taunt under any of those abilities, so he's really cool. His Tera type is Ice, to kind of give him coverage, because Bolt Beam coverage is really good, and he can deal with things like Garchomp, Dragapult, any of those usual ones, Hydregon, stuff like that. So yeah, I think Electro is kind of underestimated here, so I'm really looking forward to doing some things with him. Next up, we've got Iron Hands. Iron Hands is running Quark Drive. His held item is Assault Vest, Drain Punch, Earthquake, Fake Out, and Volt Switch. And one of the cool things about Iron Hands is that he's very slow, so he functions really well in Trick Room, and with him being a slow Volt Switch user, it also gives him an option to escape things like Shadow Tag, and he can safely get in any of the more frail Pokemon on the team, and they can get in without taking any damage. Fake Out is typically good for running support, so you can kind of help your attackers get off a free item. And this is a neat little tech, because he's Tera Ground with Earthquake. As long as he's paired up with Kilowattrel, he can spam Earthquakes without worrying about hurting his partner. And the awesome thing about that is that Kilowattrel, if he's paired up with Iron Hands, who is ground type, he can spam Discharge without hurting the partner over here. So that's a cool little tech. You can also do it with the Dedenne, so that's also an option if you need it. But yeah, he's really bulky and he hits hard, so looking forward to that. Oh, and one other thing, because Electrode has Electric Terrain as an option, it procs the ability Quark Drive. So not only does he hit even harder, but he's still got that Assault Vest. So that's another cool little tech there that you can run with. And then lastly, we've got Rotom. Rotom is running Levitate, because Rotom never has any other ability other than Levitate. Held item is Wide Lens. He's running Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt, Protect, and Will-O-Wisp. And the Wide Lens is really good for that, because it kind of helps Will-O-Wisp's low accuracy along with Hydro Pump's low accuracy, and kind of give you a better chance at either burning those physical attackers or having a chance to actually hit Hydro Pump, because I think a Hydro Pump's like an 85% accuracy. But yeah, really solid team here. You might also notice that it's actually a Monotype Electric team. It didn't originally start out that way, because I just wanted to, again, I wanted to just make it seem centered around Ampharos. And then once I realized that his better ability was Plus, I had to pair him with another electric type. And then I noticed that most of the electric types all kind of pair really well together, so it kind of just snowballed from there. But looking forward to seeing where we can take this team on the ranked double ladder. So let's get into some battles and see how it goes. Okay, looks like we're fighting, I don't know what the name of that first thing is called, but it looks like Magneton, Eiscue, Volcarona, Mudsdale, and Gastrodon. Pheromosa? No, that's something else. I can't remember. But let's see, what do we want to do? It looks like a very slow team. Almost looks like they want to go for Trick Room, but it doesn't look like they have any speed control. See, we got ground. Don't really have any grass to kind of deal with that, but it looks like, I have no idea. Not really sure what to lead with. Kind of do what I do with Raichu whenever I get really confused and I'm not sure who to lead with. Mudsdale seemed like he could kind of be a bit of a threat. I feel like they might want to lead with their ground types. So yeah, we can let's lead with Iron Hands and Rotom, and then we'll keep Kilowattrel in the back, and then Dedenne seems like a little weird combination. I'm not really sure what they want to do here. Actually, let's withdraw that, and we're gonna get out Electrode. I feel like Electrode might be good for a fast taunt. Should have started with Electrode and Rotom in the front, but we can safely get him in with a Volt Switch. Game 1. Eiscue and Gastrodon. I figured leading with a ground type might be a good idea for him. Let's see. So with Eiscue, they have Ice Face available, so that means that they're free to kind of take a hit, but it doesn't look like that they have like Wide Guard or anything to stop me. And I think we're just gonna go with the Fake Out to kind of get rid of that for Eiscue, and then we can Fake Out, and then we can burn Eiscue. Kind of see what they want to do here. Because Eiscue's actually very dangerous, because they have a really high physical attack, so burning him will be good. I'm not really sure what the Gastrodon wants to do. Maybe Yawn? Got that Wide Lens already doing work. I'm really bad with that Will-O-Wisp accuracy, so the fact that it landed was great. Wide Lens doing work already. Earth Power. And then Iron Hands' Bulk is doing work. That's cool. So it seems like he wants to target that slot with looks like ground attack, so it might be a good idea to slow pivot Arctozolt. I mean, not Arctozolt. Arctozolt, man. We're gonna slow pivot. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna hard switch into Kilowattrel. Kilowattrel's fine. And then for Rotom, we're gonna have Rotom go to town with Thunderbolt on Eiscue. Can't do a whole lot while he's burned. Maybe we get in Kilowattrel for free without worrying about that Earth Power. Snowscape wants to restore his Ice Face. The cool thing, no pun intended, is that I think Ice Face only works on physical attacks. So if you're using special attackers, then Ice Face gets, yes, it gets bypassed by that. And then he missed his Earth Power because Kilowattrel's a flying type and easily avoids ground attacks. So that's pretty solid. I feel like that Gastrodon is still going to be a bit of a problem though. Eiscue hasn't protected, so maybe they're not carrying Protect. So I don't feel like Tailwind is really necessary because they're kind of both slow. But they don't really seem to have anything to like stop me. We're gonna what we're gonna do is that we can Air Slash this slot, maybe get off a flinch, and then actually no, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna discharge, and then we're gonna protect Rotom. Yeah, kind of see what he wants to do with that. See what he wants to do. I don't think he really has a big answer to Kilowattrel. I think Kilowattrel will be fine. And he's got the Focus Sash anyway. Gastrodon not getting hurt by that wasn't what we were going for. We wanted to get rid of the Eiscue. Okay, so the Eiscue's gone. Now what is Gastrodon going to do? More Earth Power? That, does he not know that Rotom has Levitate? That wouldn't have worked anyways. That's kind of messed up. I don't really have a way to hurt him, and he doesn't have a way to hurt me. We're going to have to fix that. See what he wants to do next. Mudsdale. So Mudsdale's on the field now. So let's see, who do we got in the back here? Still got Iron Hands in the back. I really don't feel like we need Tailwind at all. I guess we can just Air Slash the slot and then we can Hydro Pump into Mudsdale. He's probably gonna keep trying to target probably going to keep targeting Rotom with maybe another ground move, but it's not going to have any effect due to Levitate. Oh, I forgot about Storm Drain. I can't believe I fell into that. I completely forgot about Storm Drain. So it looks like he's protecting his Mudsdale with Storm Drain. I was just making fun of him for falling into Levitate, and then I fell in I fell into Storm Drain. I don't have a way to hit him then. So it looks like, yeah, that's a problem. So Discharge is not going to work on them. So the only thing I can do is pretty much spam Air Slash. I guess we can go ahead and Tailwind, and then since we can't, yeah, we gotta get rid of that Gastrodon somehow. So it's unorthodox. So I guess we'll just Will-O-Wisp it. That way, it kind of takes some residual damage. Hopefully, Wide Lens will give me a second burn. Yeah, there we go. Kind of cripple him a bit. That way, he's not just passively recovering. More Muddy Water. Yeah, I figured that was it for Kilowattrel, but he got out the Tailwind, which is what we wanted. Body Press. Rotom took that well. Yeah, gotta get rid of the Gastrodon, otherwise we can't get rid of the Mudsdale. I think Iron Hands, what I'm gonna do is, I didn't see him terrestrialize yet, so I think what we're gonna do is that he's out on the first turn. I could Fake Out. Problem is that both of them are kind of, I think, yeah, I don't think Fake Out's probably the best option here. I think we're just gonna terrestrialize and then just hit them both with an Earthquake, and then since Rotom's immune to it, we'll have Rotom Uh, Yeah, we'll have Rotom protect this turn. I almost feel like I should have had a redirector. Pachirisu would have been interesting, but then that kind of leaves both of them weak versus ground. So, I think we'll be okay here. And then with Assault Vest, it kind of makes them super bulky, so I think you should be able to take some Earth Power as well. But until Gastrodon is removed, we can't really deal with the Mudsdale. I hope it's enough to take out the Gastrodon. Can we get the KO on Gastrodon? Cool. Okay, so with him out of the picture, then now Rotom should be free to finally deal with the Mudsdale. Takes neutral damage from that. I wonder why he chose... Oh, the snow was for Eiscue. Eiscue would have been paired up pretty well if he had been matched up with like Obama Snow or something. That would have been helpful. Bug and Fire. Yeah, Volcarona's Bug and Fire, and I don't think... Yeah, he doesn't have Levitate. He's still learning. Alright, and then let's Hydro Pump this slot. I wonder if he's going to protect this turn. What's he going to do? Terrestrialize the Volcarona? What's he doing? Tera Bug. That means he'll resist the Earthquake. Oh, man. Wide Lens failed me. See how hard that is. Yeah, Rotom safe. So hopefully his bulk will save him, and then we can get rid of them the next turn. Bug Buzz. Who's he targeting? Iron Hands? Yeah, Iron Hands. At high horsepower. There he goes. It really needed that Hydro Pump to land. So we've got Electrode left. I brought Electrode because I figured he was going to have some supporters that were worth taunting, but he didn't do any of that. I think we want to maybe get rid of the Mudsdale with a Tera Blast. And then got to get that Hydro Pump to land on the Volcarona. Even though he's going to take neutral damage for it, it's still worth using. Hopefully that gets rid of the Mudsdale. That was good. And I don't think they have anything to hit Electrode super effectively. So if Hydro Pump, there we go. Yeah, it all worked out. If he would have missed twice, that would have been so bad. I would have been like, oh man. And get that bug out of here. Premoh. That was a good match. And we win our first battle. Nice. Looks like we're getting in our second battle. We've got Amoongus, Tyranitar. There's always one Pokemon I can't remember the name of. The floaty thing. Gastrodon again, Garchomp, and Muck. Bronzong, that's what it is. I always forget one of them. Let's see. Tyranitar and Amoongus. So we've got like redirection, something slow. I believe that it looks like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Bronzong carries Trick Room, and I think Muck may also potentially carry it as well. If they're running a Trick Room setter, that could be an issue. You could probably lead with I want to say Electrode, maybe. The Electrode can probably taunt things. And then actually no. What I want to, I'm gonna bring Ampharos and Dedenne. And then in the back we can bring in Rotom, and then for the last one we can bring I feel like not having a taunt could be a problem. Actually, let's bring Iron Hands and then Electrode. Yeah, I feel like I should have reversed that order, but I think we'll be all right. Still got to learn my way around that team preview. That's a big skill. Team preview is everything. Sometimes you can win or lose on literally the first turn. Amoongus and Tyranitar. So it looks like he wants to go for Rage Powder. And Sandstream. So Dedenne is pretty fast. Should have led with Dedenne and Iron Hands, because now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to Volt Switch Dedenne out on the first turn. Because without Plus, I don't think Dedenne hits hard enough, so I think Volt Switching out is probably a good idea. And then we'll... I kind of feel like he's definitely going to use Rage Powder, so that's probably not going to work. But we can go for it anyways, because I think any residual damage will be good. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We'll get Dedenne out of there. And then in the back, we've got Iron Hands. I think Iron Hands should be safe from a hit, even if it's some kind of ground type attack. He's really bulky, so I think he should be safe. Got off the burn. See what Tyranitar wants to do. Stealth Rock. I don't usually see that run too much in doubles. That's really strange. And I believe Fake Out goes before... I think Fake Out goes before Follow Me. Oh, he's taking a lot of residual damage from that. The burn plus the Sandstorm. What we're going to do is that we're going to Fake Out Amoongus. And then the Tyranitar slot, we are going to Hydro Pump. Kind of expecting him to reveal his Tera type on the first turn. Thought he was going to do some weird Tyranitar shenanigans. Gastrodon, that was smart. His Amoongus is taking some pretty good chip damage, though. No Storm Drain on Gastrodon. That's surprising. Is it Sand Force? I was really expecting a Storm Drain there. That was a good switch. I guess he just used the wrong ability. Leftovers? It must be Leftovers and Sand Force. Kind of weird. That Amoongus is having the worst day right now. He's sandstormed. He can't see. He's burned and he's trying to eat. He's like, oh, it's so horrible. This berry's good, though. Well, I want to avoid Iron Hands getting destroyed here, but let's see, who do we have in the back? We got Electrode with Tera type Ice. Kind of feel like Iron Hands isn't really threatened all that much by ground, so I feel like he'll be okay. I think we'll just probably gonna Rage Powder again, so we'll probably just go for the Earthquake anyways, and then Rotom is immune to that, so we'll just target the slot anyway, because all he's gonna do is Rage Powder, I think, anyways. Kind of felt like he'd have done better protecting Amoongus that turn. Should do a nice chunk of damage to Amoongus at least. Very bulky. And then Earthquake. Rotom's immune, so it should do some decent damage. And then the burn and then the Sandstorm should do some good chunk of damage on him too. Spore. Yeah, I don't have an answer. Well, actually, I do have an answer for that, but that was unfortunate. Iron Hands is taking a nap. Now, what he could do is that with Iron Hands asleep, that would be a good time for him to swap back in as Tyranitar. Can probably just stall out the burns on Amoongus, actually. Because if I get Electrode in, I can Electric Terrain to put a stop to Spore. But switching in Electrode on this turn wouldn't be a good idea. Unless you can get rid of the Amoongus. Actually, what I can do is that we'll do something safe. We'll just do Drain Punch if he happens to wake up. And then for this turn, we'll just Protect. Do we need to protect? Yeah, we'll protect because we can stall out that turn just to be on the safe side. What is it? Tyranitar? Garchomp. Glad I didn't reveal my Tera type just yet. Let's see, what does Gastrodon want to do? Probably Earth Power and Iron Hands, huh? Yeah, he's taking a nap. A yawn? Yeah, I want to get in. So I definitely need to get Electrode in. That's what I need to do. So it looks like my win con is definitely going to be Electrode. Unfortunately, because the both ground types are on the field, I can't slow pivot out. Yeah, no slow pivot. So Earthquake, and we can Will-O-Wisp the Garchomp because Garchomp is physical attacker, and we definitely want to make sure that he doesn't get out those Earthquakes because he'd probably end up Tera Ground and then probably go into a Will-O-Wisp. I mean, Tera Ground and then go in an Earthquake. But if we can Will-O-Wisp him, that'll kind of cut his attack in half. If he reveals his Tera type, that would be really good. I hope he reveals his Tera type, because if it's Tera Ground, then I can bring in Electrode with Ice, and that'll take care of him. I actually need one of these guys to actually get KO'd, whether it's mine or theirs. Looks like I missed the Will-O-Wisp. He's bulky. He can take that. That's fine. That's what we wanted. Doesn't look like Iron Hands is going to wake up. Probably going to end up getting KO'd. So it looks like since Amoongus ain't on the field, we can bring in Electrode. Not too particularly worried about that. Definitely gonna have to go for a Drain Punch, and what we're gonna do is we'll Terrasilize Tera Blast, give him Ice, and we're gonna KO the Garchomp and get the Garchomp out of here. Hopefully he also doesn't Terrasilize. I don't think he did, and then we can one-shot the Garchomp and get the Garchomp out of here. Electrode looks real happy about finally getting some use. He's real happy about getting used. That should KO the Garchomp, because that's a quad weakness to Ice. Oh, I've never seen that before. That's cool. No pun intended. Good night, Garchomp. Oh, Iron Hands woke up. Get some of that health back. See why people like Iron Hands so much. He's really bulky. I didn't like him all that much, but I've been using him on a couple of teams before this, and I really like. I'm liking the bulk. And the Drain Punch gives him that longevity to stick around. I really like that. So if he brings in, because he still has Amoongus in the back, but if Amoongus gets an opportunity to get off Spore, since Electrode's faster, I forgot he still had Tyranitar. He still hasn't revealed his Tera type. I don't know what it is. But, kind of feels like I might end up sacking my Electrode here. No. We're actually going to Drain Punch. And then, because I know he still has Amoongus in the back. I think Drain Punch should one-shot, or maybe I should just double into that slot. He probably wants to get rid of Electrode, so actually we're going to set the terrain because sleep could be a win condition for him. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to electric terrain so I don't get put to sleep. Kind of wondering if that was a good move because I feel like he could still... feeling like he would still be able to get off a KO on one of them. He should target Iron Hands. I think Iron Hands is the bigger threat. Okay, so we got out the electric terrain. Now, who are you targeting? Now we got Quark Drive active. I hope Iron Hands can eat this. Hope he can eat this. Electrode's really frail and might not survive. Iron Hands ate. Good. Electrode did some work. He's still got a Amoongus in the back though, and that Gastrodon has been around for quite a bit. Got to keep drain punching. And Dedenne. Dedenne's fast. So... Huh. The only thing Iron Hands can do is... Earthquake. I think he might have me, because he's still got his Amoongus in the back, and Iron Hands is super low on health. And I don't think Dedenne would survive an Earthquake, unfortunately. He's faster, though. Yeah, I think he probably got me either way. He played me good. Tried to double protect. Looks like he failed. Yeah. Tragic! He kept that Tyranitar around for so long that I couldn't get the KO on him. Definitely a good match, but yeah, I'm down to my last one. So, yeah, we took an L on that one, but that was a good match. I could pick up the KO on Gastrodon. You know what? I'm gonna pick up the KO on Gastrodon just for funsies. If I can even get it. Just to let him know that I'd at least got that Gastrodon out of here. Poison Tyranitar. That's definitely a new one. Definitely not one I've seen before. That's 1-1. Good match. A battle against Gabe. Looks like we're getting in our last match for the set. Gabe, we've got Garchomp, Grimmsnarl. Is he running Mono Dark? No, no, it's not Mono Dark. It was close. He's got a Garchomp. Looks like all the other ones were could have been Mono Dark. That's funny. But let's see, what do we want to do? He's probably gonna go for, I want to say, Annihilate and probably Amoongus shenanigans. We can put a stop to that Spore with leading with our Electrode, and then if he leads with Garchomp, yeah, if he leads with Garchomp, then we can lead with kind of thinking Rotom here. Could I need something more feeling? Rotom seems to be really good, but I think we'll run Rotom, and then let's get... I feel like Iron Hands is still really good. Kind of leaning more towards Iron Hands for everything. Can't really bring Iron Hands in the back though. Yeah, it's a toughie. I want to say Iron Hands because I'm really feeling like he might be good. We didn't get a chance to use Ampharos, but yeah, I want to say Iron Hands and then Kilowattrel. See what we can make work with that. I feel like we might need some more Levitate users. Kind of hard to switch in sometimes. Garchomp and Hydregon. If Garchomp terrestrializes to ground or dragon, we can get him. But I feel like he wants to terrestrialize the Hydregon. So what we're going to do is that... Yeah, we're going to reveal our Tera type early. We're going to terrestrialize and we're going to Terra Blast that Garchomp slot. I think Hydregon is a special attack because he definitely wants to lead with Garchomp. And then for Hydregon, there's a high possibility that Hydregon may terrestrialize to... Well, if he terrestrializes to Steel, that would be a problem. We're going to protect. Let's kind of see what he's going to do. We can get rid of the Garchomp now. He's happy again. He's getting that usage. And Rotom's gonna protect. Kind of wonder what they're gonna do. And get Garchomp out of there. He didn't terrestrialize. Kind of wonder what his Hydreigon's game plan is. If he hits me with fire, that would be bad on Electrode. Draco Meteor. Ooh, smart play. He didn't lose the special attack bonus, so he still has an option to attack again. Let's see who he wants. Meowscarada. Now, Meowscarada can be a bit of a problem because they can Trick Room. So it would be a really good idea to taunt. But if he goes last, you can probably just... There's probably not really a need to taunt that slot because you can just... Well, they've got Protean, but Electrode's faster and they don't have priority. If they protect, that's fine in that slot. And then... I guess you could Will-O-Wisp the Hydreigon. He's a special attacker, so it's not really going to affect much, but you can still do it anyways. He's going to Terrestrialize Meowscarada. What's his Tera type? Grass. That's kind of dangerous. I don't know if Electrode is faster than Meowscarada. Yes, he is. Electrode is faster than Meowscarada. And we get the one-hit KO. He's sashed. Flower Trick. Probably on Rotom, huh? One-shotted. Yeah, Flower Trick. Flower Trick hits really hard. I think Electrode should be able to... No, he did not eat. Yeah, Electrode's frailer than I thought. Oh, he looks so sad. Poor Electrode. He had his 2 minutes of fame and he's down. Alright, Iron Hands and Kilowattrel. So the cool thing for this is that Fake Out can probably get rid of Meowscarada, because I think Meowscarada's faster. But even if Meowscarada was faster, yeah, what we can do is that we can Drain Punch the Hydreigon. They already revealed their Tera type. And then Kilowattrel's faster as well than Meowscarada, so you can Air Slash that slot. So it doesn't really matter what he does. I love Kilowattrel. I like how he flies. So that's it for their Meowscarada. And then Hydreigon... A U-turn. Oh, that's smart of him. Because he used Draco Meteor on the previous turn. He can U-turn. Then since Meowscarada's going down, he can swap back in Hydreigon with a stat reset along with his second attacker. Grimmsnarl. He took that well. Who you got in the bag? It's Hydreigon. I knew what it was. I don't know why he debated so long on that change. It was just like, who should I pick? It's like, it's Hydreigon. Don't think they have anything to stop. Yeah, they got nothing. So you can either... Let's get rid of the Hydreigon, because I believe Hydreigon has Levitate, so we definitely want to get rid of him. And Iron Hands is kind of slow. Let's, I don't even think with Tailwind you outspeed that. I kind of feel like you should just target the slot. Yeah, I don't really think... I think even with Tailwind, I don't think Iron Hands really outspeed, because that made him super slow. Reflect. Hydreigon might be able to take a hit. Dark Pulse. And then Drain Punch. Yeah, one more should do it. So if he's got Protect on one of these guys... yeah. So... We'll target Hydreigon's slot with a... Actually, no. There's a chance that he could be... Well, no. Hydreigon's a bigger threat. So we'll get rid of that, and then we'll just protect Kilowattrel. Yeah, Kilowattrel needs to stick around long enough. Maybe they'll target that slot to try to get rid of him. Iron Hand should eat well. Yeah. He's so bulky, man. He just does not go down easy. I love that. See why people run Iron Hands. So bulky. And what he wants to do. Surprised he didn't Spirit Break or something. False Surrender. That's also a new move I've never heard of. But yeah, then we'll finish this up with a Drain Punch and an Air Slash. 2-in-1. You know what? Let's do another one. I said the third one was going to be the last one. Let's do another. We didn't really get to showcase Ampharos and Dedenne all that much. Let's do another one. Opposing trainer has been found. Who are we up against? Patrick Cruz. All right, so our third match, we've got Garganacl, learned how to say that, Talonflame, Fluttermane, Brute Bonnet, Great Tusk, and Tyranitar. Ooh, definitely a super meta team. I know that Talonflame and Great Tusk is a common lead. Yeah, that could spell trouble. Best thing to do in a scenario like that would probably be to match Tailwind. I don't think they have a Trick Room option. Yeah, since this is the last one, what we're gonna do is that because we didn't really get a whole lot of Ampharos and Dedenne, I kind of want to lead with that anyways, just for funsies, and then we can keep. Who do we want in the back? Actually. Yeah, and then we'll bring Electrode in the bag, and then who do we want for the last slot? Really need a Levitate user. We can't, man. I don't think we can do that. We want to lead with, I want to say, yeah. And then Iron Hands, and then Rotom in the back, and then... Yeah, I guess we'll go Woodstock again. We're not getting a chance to use Ampharos or Dedenne all that much. Gonna see how this one goes too. Game 4. Patrick Cruz. Oh, he got the swag. He got the shades and everything. That's cool. Great Tusk and Talonflame. Why did I predict that he was gonna do that? That is exactly why I led with what I led. Booster energy. What did you get? You got your attack boosted. That's cool. So his attack is boosted up. So I feel like we need to match the Tailwind is what we should have done. Shit, I don't know what to do here. With Gale Wings, he gets priority. We're just gonna Tera Blast right off the bat, and then we could fake out the yeah, we can fake out the Talonflame. He might have Covert Cloak though. Actually, I should have Volt Switched. Yeah, I should have Volt Switched. Normally, I think against Great Tusk and Talonflame, you want to match Tailwind for Tailwind, but we'll see. He is loving this terrestrialization. What has he got? Terra Ground or Terra Fighting? He's got to be Great Tusk. Can't be Talonflame. Great Tusk wants... Yeah, he's Terra Ground. That's what I thought. He probably wants a headlong rush in the Iron Hands, since I think Iron Hands is the bigger threat. But I'm pretty sure his Talonflame is probably running Covert Cloak, in which case if he's running that, it's going to be a problem. I don't think that's going to one-shot. Oh, it did! That was amazing. Yeah, and the ladder and in like Showdown, most of the time they put Focus Sash on him. I'm impressed with that. Yeah, it looks like he had the cloak on. What you got in the bag? You have to stall out these Tailwind turns. He is really thinking about this one. Because Because let's see, he also had Fluttermane in the bag. Fluttermane could be a problem, which means that if you had either of those, you'd have to stall it out. Yeah, Fluttermane would be a huge problem if he had that in the back. There's also Brute Bonnet. If it's Brute Bonnet, then Electrode can just target that slot as well. Tyranitar. So he's running Tyranitar. He's faster. So we're going to have to stall out those turns. And I need to keep... I feel like I need to keep Electrode around. And Sandstorm is a bad idea to have Kilowattrel come in on a switch, because then he doesn't have the... He won't have the protection from Sash, so we can't do anything with him. So we'll swap in Rotom, and then we'll... What can we do? Actually, I think your safest bet is... Well, he already terrestrialized, so Drain Punch and Tyranitar is a good option. Hopefully Iron Hands can soak this up, and if Iron Hands can soak that up real well, he can get some health back. I hope he goes for the Earthquake. Maybe he'll go for Earthquake and not Rock Slide, and we can avoid that. Smart. Yeah, Iron Hands can't. The burn. You can't handle the burn. Low click. Low kick. Glad I switched. That still did some impressive damage even with a burn. That's amazing. No idea if he has... No idea if he's running Protect. Because that could be a problem. We'll Hydro Pump Talonflame slot, since I don't think Talonflame typically carries Protect. And then... You can probably just hit the... You can probably just hit the Tyranitar, get the Tyranitar out of here. Looks like Talonflame doesn't have Protect if he did that. Garganacl. Shiny Garganacl. Rock Slide. Hopefully you don't get the flinch. Yes! And then Iron Punch Tyranitar. Drain Punch, Iron Punch. That would have been a unique move to call that for him. Should have had signature moves or something like that. So we got Tyranitar. Need to check, see how many turns there is left on Sandstorm. Because he still can't bring Kilowattrel in under Focus Sash, because that would be very bad. And then he should bring back out his Talonflame. Check to see how many number of turns we have left on Tailwind, and then see how many turns we have left on Sandstorm. Sandstorm has 3 turns left. Tailwind has 1 turn left. So... It would be a good idea to do a slow pivot. Garganacl, let's... kind of banking on Garganacl like protecting and stalling, and Talonflame doesn't have Protect, so we're going to target the slot with Talonflame, and then I really feel like that Garganacl probably wants to like protect or something, so if we can get a slow pivot out at the end of the turn to get Electrode in. Oh, well, he gave up. I still feel like he could have came back from that somehow, because Garganacl can usually carry with Salt Cure, but yeah. Had to get that extra game in there. It looks like we went 3-1, so I'll take that better than our other record. But yeah, that was pretty solid. That second game, I think, was the one where I lost with the Tera Poison Tyranitar. That was a really good game that I, at some point, I'm definitely going to have to review, because I really like that one. But yeah, 3-1 ain't bad. All right, looks like we went 3-1 on today's video. It kind of seems like a reoccurring thing, but every time I'll like build a team, I'll try to showcase a particular Pokemon, and then they end up getting shown up by other Pokemon that are in the team, because I was really wanting to use Ampharos and Dedenne, but it just seems like that Electrode stole the show. Like, Electrode is definitely one of my favorites. Like, the Bolt Beam coverage, the fast taunt, and being able to get out that electric terrain for Iron Hands' Quark Drive was just so good. Electrode is 100% like the MVP and my favorite of this team. Kilowattrel was pretty solid along with Rotom, because the flying and the levitate really helped with the ground immunity that Monotype Electric team need. So that was really good. Didn't really have to use a whole lot of speed control on Kilowattrel since I mostly ran with Electrode. And then, yeah, and then the few times that I ran Dedenne was already fast enough, so he didn't really need it. But I was really impressed with Iron Hands. Like, if you can get Iron Hands in just right, he is just like the hardest hitting, bulkiest thing on the field. Like, I think at one point he took like 4 hits, and with Drain Punch, he just didn't go down. So I'm definitely liking Iron Hand, especially since this was the first time that I used him on the team. But at some point, I may tweak the team a little bit because I feels like I need more defensive pivots. Maybe Electros can be used because Electros is the only other electric type with a ground immunity that I believe, and maybe a Tera type change to Ampharos, but we'll see. But yeah, I really enjoyed this team. I really liked it a lot. If you'd like to rent it, the rental code is at the top right of the screen as always, and I plan on building out more custom teams like this, trying to get more unique teams on that ranked double ladder. But if you'd like to be notified or know whenever I put out another video like this, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. But I plan on putting out more videos like this whenever that'll be. But yeah, I had a really fun time with this team. But that'll be it for today's video. I'll see y'all next time, and take it easy. Definitely not using that for the video.